Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here of KW Bonsai. Welcome to part 4 of replanting the Larch Bonsai forest. Today I'm going to start by filling my pot full of soil just up to the lip of the pot, and then we'll start planting the trees. All the trees in this planting are planted above the lip of the pot, so I start with my lowest section in the forest over here, builds up to a middle ground, and then a high hill in this section over here. So I can level the soil with the lip of the pot and then start planting the trees above that level. To make this soil I used half perlite and half turfus, and I added a little more of the fir bark to it than normal. I probably put 20% in rather than my usual 10%, because I'm planting mostly coniferous trees with this mix. So I'll start filling the pot up. I've got the pot filled up to the lip now. It took a lot of soil. These shallow pots are quite deceiving. They hold a tremendous amount of soil in them. The next step, I'll water this soil so it stays in place while I place the trees. I'm giving the soil a good watering. My number 1 tree is 14 centimeters in from the edge and 8 centimeters back from the front edge. So I'm going to position it so 14 from this edge to the middle is about right there, and 8 back is about here, so right about there. Now I've got my peg indicating the front of the tree, so it's somewhere right about here. I have my path that comes in around here and comes around the tree, so the path will go over these roots. I may move the tree back just a little bit to give the path just a little more room for my pathway here. So I'm going to move it back to here. I think that'll be a good position for the tree. I'm going to make sure I've got all my roots in position before I start placing soil around the tree. Making sure they're all combed out. They look pretty good. So I'll begin filling it in. And then I'll work the soil into the roots. So I'll just work a little bit of soil in at a time. When that's worked in, I'll add some more soil and work that in until the root ball, all the voids have been filled and the root ball is all settled in there. I'll add some more soil now. And then I'll work that in. I've got the soil worked into the roots now, so I'll give it a water just to hold everything in place. There we go. Tree number 2 was 33 in and 11 back. So let's position tree number 2. .33's to here, somewhere about there, and 11 back brings it to here, so it's got to come forward just a bit. When I'm planting these trees, I'm making sure they're all vertical. The planting procedure will be the same for tree number 2. I'll just add a little bit of soil around the tree. And then work it into the roots. Making sure the tree is vertical at all times. The soil's all worked into the roots, so I'll give it a water to hold everything in place. Tree number 3 was at 43.13. So I'll find the front of the tree. I changed the front slightly on these two, just based on the roots. So we're 43 in, which is right about here. And we're 13 back, which is right about here. So we're pretty close right there. Just back a little further. Let's check our position again. 43. 13. Ah, it looks good. And I've got the front of the tree and it's vertical. So that's going to be the position of tree number 3. I've got tree number 3 positioned now. So now I'm going to work on the left-hand side again and plant the 2 trees that go behind tree number 1. I've got 2 more trees planted now, the back 2 on the left-hand side. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planted out of the 8 living trees. So I've got 3 more to go. I've got all 8 trees planted. I'm going to leave out the dead ones that I had as placeholders because I'm going to really try hard and find some small larch seedlings to put back in the back row of the forest this year. Yeah, everything went quite well. I've changed some of the fronts just slightly to fit the roots in together better. But basically it's back to where it was. I have one tree at the very back that's kind of behind another one. But then as you move forward towards the planting, it comes into view. So I'm not sure if I might move one of the trees over a bit. I may change that slightly. So I moved that number 1 tree over a bit, and I like the spacing. I'm just looking in the camera view, it looks a little even, but in real life it's not. It's a perspective thing. I may move this tree, this one, over a little bit to the left still. I think that spacing's a little even still, so I'm going to try moving that a bit more. I've changed that grouping slightly, and I think I like that. It looks quite good now. I think that's it. I think that's the final arrangement. Let's go have a look at it. Here's a pan of the forest. You can see how the trees move as you change your viewpoint. We'll go up and have a look from above. Today was a big step forward for the larch forest. I got all the trees positioned and planted. I'm happy with it. So that's the end of part 4. Tomorrow I'll be doing all the fun stuff. I'll be doing all the landscaping, applying all the moss to the hills and all the bushes and all that fun kind of stuff, the rocks. So stay tuned for part 5 coming up. So Nigel Saunders of KW Bonsai. We'll see you next time.